So you might have heard that Amazon released a new product, Tumblers, last week, and I wanted to make a video about it, but I didn't want to make a video until I got access to it, and I have access now, so we can show you, or I can show you in this video, what it's like to upload it, what size it is, preview, and I found out some tips and tricks that I don't know if everybody knows this, so I'm going to share that with you as well on how to upload for Tumblers. So let's take a look at this new product on Amazon, and I'll teach you everything that I know so far about Tumblers. Alright, so here I am on Amazon Merch on Demand. I'm on the Create tab, and if you've been on here before, you notice all of these, but what's at the very bottom is Tumblers. So let's take a look. I'm going to hit Edit Details, and we have 3 colors: black, brushed steel, and white. And I think those would be really good. I've been playing around with it, and it's tough to get something to work well on the steel, but I think black works really well on steel, so if you have that. Some colors are hit and miss, but black and white, pretty easy to figure out what fits on there. So you can see it doesn't go all the way. I'm going to show you kind of a sample of where how close it gets to the edge and all of that. So we'll do that as well. You have a preview right here, so you can kind of turn it. There's nothing on it right now, but when we put something on it, you'll see that we can just turn it around so you can see the whole thing, which is nice. I like that. And you can take off the guides if you want that, to see that. And you can get product templates here and see other colors. And then this price is, by default, it's $21.99 with a $3 estimated royalty. But if you've seen other videos, you know that if you up this $1, which is a weird pricing structure, $22.99, it didn't go up $1. It went up just a few cents. So even if I go $23, actually, I don't think that's the highest you can go. Let's see, let's do the price thing. 00, I probably could have read this. I think $22.99 is the highest that you can go, right? Without getting that. Let's see, 23, yeah. There's an error. So $22.99 is the highest you can go with a $3.22 royalty. It is what it is. I wished we could get $5 on something this high price, $22, but yeah, $3.22. So some of you may think maybe it's not worth it. We'll see. We'll see. I think it is worth it in the fact that not everybody's going to put on there, so you'll have low competition, new product to market. I think it might be something. And you can just take all your designs and put it on there. So let me show you first. I'm going to download this Get Product Templates, and I'll show you why. This is how you can do it. I'm going to do Illustrator right here and click on it. You can see you can get Photoshop templates or Illustrator templates or GIMP. But Illustrator is going to work with Affinity Designer, so I'm going to pull it into Affinity Designer and show you. But one thing to note here, the size for this is 3000 by 1400, so very different than some of these other ones. You can still import all your designs into here, and it'll kind of automatically fit in there, and you can size it just like you do with some of these other ones where you make it bigger, the 4500 by 5400. It would still fit on here, and you can size it. The difference is this is the only one that you may want to put 2 designs on it, as opposed to all of these other ones where you probably only want the 1 design on the front, or the 1 design on the back, or the 1 design on the phone, or the on the pillow and tote bag and stuff. So this one you may want 2, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. So let's get into Affinity Designer. I'm going to bring in that template, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to set up my template in Affinity Designer to do these things. Alright, so here I am in Affinity Designer. I made my artboard. You can see right here, if I hit transform, 3000 by 1400. That's the size for Tumblers. Now we're going to need some guides on here, and that's why I downloaded that Illustrator file. So it's a zip file. You can double click on it. There's an EPS, and I'm going to drag that EPS in here. You can see, I'll bring it to the side here so you can kind of read the whole thing. So this is just the thing here. It says place your artwork, export your artwork, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to follow that exactly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use it for guides here. So you can see it's exactly, not exactly, but it's guides here for 3000 by 1400. You can see it's a little bigger, but I'm going to use this as guides here to kind of match it. I'm going to center it here on my 3000 by 1400, and then I'm going to do the centered guide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a rectangle here, and I'm going to make it this size, just that size as the guide, and I'm going to put this right in the middle here. See that guide right there? And then I'm going to move this one here and then grab another guide and kind of eyeball it there. Okay, so now I don't need this and I don't need this. I have these two guides that I'm going to use for my artboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag in one of the designs I made recently, my Nevermore Raven design from Design with Detour, and I'm going to show you how I would lay it out here on here, where I can put one in the front and one in the back. Okay, I'm dragging it in and it's too big. It's 4500 by 5400, so I'm just going to size it down, right? And this is going to be for the black one. I'll make one for the white one and one for the black one. So for the black one, I'm going to turn this to black so you can see it, but we're not going to export it with black. In fact, I'm going to export one with just black so we can see what it would look like on white if I did it. All right, so now that I got it the right size, I'm going to copy it and put it right there on the other one. So I'm going to export this without the black. So take out the black, on the artboard, take out the black here and export. And you can see there's nothing besides the two designs. I'm going to export this as Nevermore black tumbler. You can call it whatever you want. And I'm going to do the same thing for the white one, just so you can show you what white would be. If I did this on the white one, you wouldn't be able to see the words, so you're going to have to do the other one. So I'm going to take this off. Here's my Nevermore black one, which is also really big. I'm going to have to come in here, size it down, right, and kind of size it and put it in there, and boom, just like that. And I'm going to export this one again without the background. So Command Shift Option S, export. I'm going to call this Nevermore white tumbler. Yeah. And that's on my desktop. I want to do one more like a pattern. So just pretend that this is a pattern, and we're going to just make the artboard a color so we can see what happens. So this is just going to be a color that's not black or white, just so we can see what it looks like if we tried to do a full bleed on a tumbler, what would happen. So I'll save this, and then I'll just call this test. Okay, so now we got our 3 tests, and we're gonna go back into Amazon Merch on Demand, and let's see what these look like. Okay, I'm back here on Create Products, and we have all the products here, and you can just drag in the things that you did. So you can drag and drop here. I'm gonna do that. Let's do the test first. So the test, remember, it was a color. You can see these don't work on these other ones, but it will work. It's the right size here on the tumbler. And if we do a preview, you can see there it doesn't connect all the way around. So it just, you see where the white is, even the black and the gray. This is where you can do it. So if you're gonna do a pattern on here, it's not gonna go all the way to the top or to the bottom. This is the only spot where it would work. You see that? Just the middle, and then there's also a gap right there. So you don't even want to do a full bleed pattern and everything. So you can do kind of a scattered pattern if you want, where everything's kind of far away, but it would have to work on here where everything's not so close. So I would try and stay away from patterns unless you're really good at making patterns that don't look like they're breaking out of the edges. So what it does work though is we're gonna do, let's take this out and then do our Nevermore white first. So this is the one that we designed for a white tumbler, and we'll see what it looks like on all, just so you can see that it doesn't really work on silver, but it will work on white. This is the one with the black text. Let's turn it. Actually, it doesn't work well on silver because it's black and white. So some of the other colors may not work, but I think it does work good on silver. So black and white, great on silver. Black text on black, yeah, not so great unless you really want them to squint and see it. And then white, you can see it, that works actually really well. So if I were to do this one, I would turn off black and leave brush steel and white on this one. So let's try the other one that we did for black. Turn this off, upload, let's do the black tumbler here. And you can see it fits perfectly using that template that we use. Now you could have used the Illustrator template if you use Illustrator. I just wanted to do it in Affinity Designer because that's what I'm using. You could use Canva, bring it in and make sure that it's 3000 by 1400 and put it into those two things. Now you don't have to do two sides, but I like doing two sides. So you can see on white, it doesn't work. On silver, actually brush steel white works, white text works. So I would turn off white. Brush steel kind of works. I think the black works better for me with text on here, but that actually works. And it was made for black, so you can see, there you go. And let's do this turning. So you can see there's that space there. It's perfect centered in there, and then there's a space there. So if you want both sides like that, then I would do this. I would make a separate one and put it on here. But if you want to keep it really simple, let me show you something that you may not know. I'm gonna go to the t-shirt that I designed with the raven on here. So I'm gonna go back. So right now I went back and I edited, or I'm in the edit mode for this Nevermore design that I created a couple weeks ago, that I put it on t-shirts and apparel and everything but tumblers, because tumblers I didn't have access at the time. But if you go back and edit, hit that edit button on your designs, this is kind of what would happen. You would have everything, especially if you had everything. Now you can go in here and hit all and hit continue. And you'll notice that it puts it there, and let's edit the details. But it only has the one, right? Because I didn't make this special one. It just took the design that I had on here. And if you just want the one on here, that works perfectly fine. You'll notice you'll see the one on this side, but as I turn it, there's nothing on the back side, right? So there's only one. And I think that's okay. But if you're the type that actually wants to have that separate one design in here that is different than all the rest, this is what you can do. I didn't know this until today, or at least I forgot about this, is that you can hit design and you can remove this design. You can see right here, remove artwork. Let's say I don't want one, I want two. I want two on here. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna click on here and actually pick the black one again. So I'm gonna double click, and now everything else has this design that you put in for all of it, but you can change the tumbler. In fact, you can change any one of these. If you wanna change something on here, if you want your phone case to look different, or your bag or your pop socket to look different than anything else, you can do that. You can just hit, and see right there, if I hit preview, now I have two. So it's a little bit extra work than just hitting edit. You have to add this design, but I think it can be really helpful if you have something that you want to put on both sides of your tumbler. I think that's a really good idea. I totally forgot about it until now, because I really wanted to have two on this side, and like, I wonder if there's a way. Yes, Amazon has provided a way to do it, and you can click on this. So in this case, I probably would do brush steel and black for this design, and then just hit publish, and that's it. So hopefully this was really helpful for you. I think the tumblers can be something new for Q4, and I'm gonna try and add as many as I can on here. A lot of times I think I'm just gonna do the edit where I just do the one, but if there are designs that I want to on there, I'm gonna do this trick too and make a separate one, a little bit more work, but I can do it and add it to the tumblers. All right, so there you go. That was the tumblers on Amazon, everything I know about it. And I think that little trick at the end there where you can upload a separate design for tumblers, it can be a game changer. You don't have to actually upload a separate whole thing. You can actually keep all your SEO and all your things that you've written, your title, description, and brand. You don't have to do a whole new one, but if you want a front and back tumbler, that's the way to do it, in my opinion. Let me know what you think about tumblers on Amazon. Are you gonna put designs on there? Are you gonna be selling these? Are you gonna mark it up? I think you can only mark it up just a little bit, as we saw, so I think it'd be really cool. And if you want to see one of my latest videos about 25 different layouts for t-shirts, I'll put that right here. Hopefully that can help you get more designs out for Q4 as well. Thanks again for watching, and as always guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one.